I think we would all agree that most of us would jump at the opportunity to be rich and famous. Now, Michael Jordan said, "I've been rich and I've been famous. I'll take rich." And what he was talking about is it's better to just be quietly rich and go on your way. And I'm the first to admit that having money is certainly preferable. I've been poor. I know how to do poor. It doesn't scare me or bother me because I've been really poor. But the real story that we're talking about today is all the money in the world means nothing if you can't hold on to it. There's an old saying, it ain't what you make, it's what you keep. And a former childhood star said she learned that the hard way. Let's look at some headlines. Ex-Disney star Alyson Stoner left with zero after mom withdrew thousands. Another headline, former Disney child star woke up to $0 in bank account after nearly 20 years in showbiz. Alyson Stoner is committing to honesty in new memoir. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, boo-hoo.
20 years being a star and you don't have anything to show for it. Well, let me tell you, being a star, what you typically see are the parts where it's bright lights and a red carpet or something like that. But when you're on a show like Alyson has been, that's a ton of work.
Action.
It's long days. It's sometimes 30, 40 takes, standing on your feet, lots of repetition. I'm not saying there's not upside to it because there is, but it is a lot of work. And you may remember Alyson from Camp Rock, Final Jam, and her amazing dance moves in Step Up, the movies and the music videos. And we're not here to pick on Alyson, just the opposite. I said she's worked hard, and the honesty in Alyson's new memoir, it is a lesson for all of us to think about. How many times have we seen this before? Celebrities who go broke. Think about Michael Jackson. He declared himself broke in 2004. When he died in 2009, it is reported that he owed more than $500 million to various creditors. Sharon Stone said she had $18 million saved because of her success, but when she looked at her bank account, it was all gone. Mike Tyson earned more than $400 million during his boxing career and lost nearly all of it. You say, well, how is that possible? Well, there's agents and managers and hangers-on and expenses. The list goes on, especially with athletes. According to Sports Illustrated, nearly 80% of NFL players file for bankruptcy or experience financial hardships only 2 years after retiring, at the average age of 27 years old. Now think about that. I wrote a piece about that talked about we just minted a new class of millionaires. Here's what they didn't tell them. And what I was talking about is they didn't tell them most of you are going to be out of the league in less than 3 or 4 years, and most of you are going to be in financial trouble 2 years after that. So why does it happen? Success comes quickly to a lot of folks, particularly athletes, and many times as the money starts flowing, they have had no training, no counsel, no help on how to manage it, even with all the support that's in place for them. I'll tell you a quick story that I'll never forget. Shaquille O'Neal, is a good friend of mine. We've done a lot of things together, and he was one of my first podcasts, in fact.
Aaron Spelling's house. You know where his house is?
I've been in it, yeah.
I used to ride by the house and be like, God,
70,000 square feet.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I'm rich, but I'm not that rich.
Yeah.
And then I got a lesson in FICA when I first got to L.A. When I first got to L.A., I was flossing. I had a house in Manhattan Beach, one in Mulholland Estates. I had a condo. I bought 3 Rolls Royces. My guy calls me to the office. Said, you know, you just spent your whole check. So in my mind, I'm like, 2 from Manhattan Beach. I got 18 left. Condo is 1, 17 left. Bought 3 Rolls. I got 15 left. But he shows me that my $20 million check is really 10.9.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the f*** is FICA?
You grow up focused on athletics and you get all this money thrown at you in a short period of time and nobody sits down with them. You think, how's that possible? It's possible. Nobody sits down and says, okay, here's what's getting ready to happen. Here are the fundamentals. This is not in your DNA if somebody doesn't spell it out to you. And then this so-called support, oftentimes is no support at all. It's people that are wanting to take advantage, wanting to get a piece of everything that's coming in. They're users and abusers. Alyson Stoner said, it was shocking to wake up to $0 in an account. I mainly was in denial at first. I was afraid of my future. I wondered, after all this time, if being duped once would lead to being taken advantage of again. Sharon Stone said, people took advantage of me over that time. Then there are those who get drunk on the good life. They spend absurd amounts of time thinking, hey, I got all this money coming in now. It's going to come in every year for the rest of my life. Well, no, it's not. It's going to come in for a short period of time, and then it's going to go from a whole lot to zero. Nicolas Cage built a fortune of over $150 million, spending it on castles and islands, as well as exotic items like a two-headed snake and a dinosaur skull. Ask yourself, what's the resale value on those items? Toni Braxton's debut album made upwards of $170 million. She ended up filing for bankruptcy twice, admitting to excessive spending habits on home decor, including items like high thread count sheets and Fabergé eggs. The real story is not about celebrities. I'm not asking you to wring your hands worrying about them. It's about real people. I'm here to talk to you. Wealth is relative. You have more, you spend more. You also lose more. If millionaires need to be financially educated, how much more does someone without a massive safety net need to be careful? How much do they need to know? So what's the net to all of this? You need to educate yourself to be smart with money. You need to surround yourself with people you can trust. Don't be stupid and throw money away. Why do you think when you go to a casino in Las Vegas, there are no clocks and no windows in those casinos? Because they don't want you knowing how much time you're spending there. They don't want you to know if it's day or night. They want you in the moment, and they give you chips to use, not real money. Why do you think that is? They're tokens. Well, money is token, but if you look at a real $20 bill, it's a wake-up call that, hey, wait a minute, that's school lunches for my kids, but this little blue token, it's toy money, it's monopoly money, it's fun. Every time I go to Vegas, no matter what happens, I look out there and there's a chip there with $20 on it. I think, that could be a $20 bill laying there. That's real to me. I've always thought that. I'll never win a bunch of money gambling because I'm not willing to risk a bunch of money gambling. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it. The biggest lesson, money's not the be-all and end-all. There's only one thing in life that you can't make more of, and it's time. You can't get it back once you've given it away. You can't generate more of it. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. Your time is a gift. And think about your health. They always say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's because if you can prevent your health failing, you can prevent something in your body breaking, it's so much better than trying to fix it. Time is valuable, health is valuable, because those things are precious. You've got to guard them. But that doesn't mean that just because you can make more money, that you should be irresponsible about it. Take the pressure off yourself. Plan ahead. We're living longer than we did 30, 40, 50 years ago. That means money has to last longer. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying, think about it. And these celebrities that think, hey, I'm making big money, I'll make it for the rest of my life. No, you won't. Plan ahead. And then you can put it aside and don't worry about it. Do that in your own life. Guard your time, guard your health, guard your money. Make that your real story. Wherever you're getting The Real Story, make sure you subscribe and follow.